basically we talk about is development of young players. We have in Germany developed a system of how we step from junior to senior, and my work in these 3 days is to show you some elements of this work and of this system of teaching the young players. To start, you should know that in Germany we have a quite different system of handball organization compared to your country. We are working in clubs, so we have very many clubs, more or less in each city or in each town. We try to organize handball in clubs, and we start with the young boys and girls to play mini handball. They start around when they're 6 or 7 years old. So from this on, we even have 2 years together. So it's 9 and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17, 18. These are the 5 steps we have, and each player remains 2 years in each category. So we have a minimum 10 years of development period for the young players. From this you can imagine that it's not easy to bring all the contents we want to teach in these 3 days. So we have to compress it a little bit and we have to cut a little bit, but what I want to show you is the general guideline and how we try to develop the process of development. We will do this in a theory class today and tomorrow in the morning, and we will do this in 4 practical demonstrations. 1 will be today in the afternoon, 2 tomorrow, and 1 last in the 3rd day. So my personal aim in this is to show you this process and to have good connection between theory lecture here and practical demonstration outside in the court. So this must go hand in hand, and you can understand how this is working together. For the first, I want to introduce you the chapters of the presentation. The first is some short remarks about the trends in handball. Second part, which will be a little bit larger, is about the competition and structure, which is very important if we talk about the development of the young boys and girls. The last one is about the training, which are the points we focus on, which is the content we want to teach. This high-speed game is shown, for instance. Turn it around a little bit more like this, it's easier. That we have different variations of fast break, which is first wave, second wave, and third wave. We have very much actions out of the quick throw-off. And third point, that we have a large number of attacks without the build-up phase, where the teams step from one side of the court to the other side and immediately try to produce pressure to the opponent's defense. And that we have higher demands on the agility because of the rules. So as you might know, the rules have changed in the last year in some special points. So for instance, the passive play rule has been changed. We have now the warning signal for the team in attack, which is not playing active, and they get in danger to lose the ball if they don't speed up and try to produce pressure. And these are elements that changed our handball in the last 10 or 15 years very much. So the figure starts here with the Olympic Games 1972, and it's ending with the World Championship 1999. It's only about men tournaments, but it's more or less the same for the ladies a little bit later. So 5 or 6 years later, the ladies follow the same tendency as the men did. Games 1988 in Seoul, we have an average of around 10% goals out of fast break in those matches. Most of the participants here, they are younger, so they don't remember that time, but we still do. And as you might remember, at that time, the result of the matches was around 20, 22, 23 goals per team, not higher. If you take this in consideration, then 10% out of 20, 23 goals is 2, maximum 3 goals per team out of fast break per match, which is not very much. It was a very slow game at that time. In the second part of the figure, you see that the percentage of gold is going up. We have 17, 18, 22, 18, 18, 24, 20%. So if we have a line in that, we might say this is 20% in average for the second part of this figure. So this is double as much for the percentage. But at that time, the matches had a higher result. So 28, 30, 33 golds per team were no problem. So if we say an average 30 golds, 20% out of that is 6 golds. I don't know the facts because I don't have the statistics, but after 2000 till 2008 minimum, we can imagine that this was even more, because 6 golds on the fast break is not so much from our actual experience. We should have 8 or 10, maybe 12 golds to be successful. From this you can see the enormous development handball has made in the last 15 and 20 years. Compared to soccer, compared to basketball, they still have more or less the same results as the years before. Handball has made the largest step. Actually, we must face the situation that the speed of the game has gone down a little bit. Respectively, the number of goals is a little bit reduced. So it's not only high-speed handball anymore. Sometimes the teams try to control the speed of the game even more. So they have phases with high speed, phases where they take out the speed of the match. The second point is that we have to take care for flexibility in defense. The players have to play in defense in very different situations. Example given in the situation that they are fighting against a fast break, then they have to defend in very open space. The second point is that the defense must be active. It's not longer possible only to react in defense. You have to do something active from yourself, and you have to play fair. Because, for instance, of the passive play, which is a very special point in our handball today, because if a team is under pressure with a forewarning signal, defense must very good decide how much pressure they give to the attack. Maybe they can win back the ball. If they interrupt, then the attack can continue. And if we want to develop players that will be successful in future, we must expect them to be able to defend in different defense systems. So we have the man-to-man defense, we have the 1-5 defense, we have 3-2-1, 5-1, 6-0 in different variations. We have 4-2, we have combinated systems with zone defense combined together with a man-to-man defense. These are systems which the players must be able to use alternatively from one moment to the other. And this point is getting even more interesting if you see that we have different variations which more or less are crossing the borders between the different defense systems. So sometimes, for instance, if you see the French defense from the actual world champion in the men's team, they start with a 5-1 defense, but in certain situations, the half defender, they go open very far. So it's a switch from 5-1 to 3-2-1. If you, for instance, see the Icelandic team from the last world championship, their basic formation is 6-0. By the time the attackers start their movement towards the goal, try to create pressure, they step out to a 1-5 defense. So they are quite flexible in their way of interpretation. We have different ways of 6-0 defense, close, more open, in different positions. The future idea of handball is that we don't talk about different systems, that we more talk about a flexible wall in defense, not longer belonging to one single system. Okay, and especially in Germany, we must do this without creating specialists in defense, because we have in our youth system one extra rule that we are not allowed to change players when we are not in possession of the ball. So we can only change players if we are in possession of the ball, if we can attack. But if we go back to defense, we cannot take out a specialist and bring in another one for defense. So every player must play in defense, must learn to play in defense. And I think for future handball this is quite important because the game is so fast. So you see with the most national teams in the world at the top level, they cannot allow to change more than one player. This is maximum.
And, sorry, what is the age that you're using this system until?
18.
Until 18?
Complete.
From 9 until 18?
From no change without ball. Your body. This is the nice one. The other possibility is to go around to the left, even dribbling with the right hand. This is possible as long as there is enough space and you can go a little bit far away from your opponent and you're using a little bit more speed for this longer way. So if we imagine a man-to-man defense with large gaps, then it's easy to go with the right hand even if you are crossing the left side. But by the time the defense is getting a little bit closer, the gaps are a little bit smaller, then I need to have the use of the left hand. Now, if you're a right-handed player and you cannot bounce the ball with the left hand, you cannot make the decision to go to the left side. You can only bounce with the right, so you will always go to the right side. And then you are not able to choose between the different action alternatives because the limit is the technique. So first of all, we need different techniques and we need them on the same level, in the same quality, to the right and to the left. And then we can make the decision to go to one side or go to the other side. If we are limited in our techniques, we are limited in our decision making. Now, the second point here is that we say that you must make as a player your own decision, have your own plan, but on the other side, you must react on the opponent's activities and react on his plan. So if I'm a right-handed player, I will go around to the right, but the defender is quite clever. He knows the right-handed player, he will go to this side, so we will move and close the gap. If I'm clever in the second step, I will, okay, and make a feint going to the left. Maybe he will follow, then I can go to the right. But if he is very experienced, he knows this is only feinting, and then we'll close to the other side too. So it's a struggle. Not only a struggle between body and body, but it's a struggle in the mind. We are fighting for who has the better idea to solve the situation. And this is very important for this ability to play. So this idea, what can I do? What will the opponent do? What will happen next? This is the basic of anticipation. To have a good idea what will be the next action. And this anticipation depends on experience. Because if I am the first time in this situation, I don't have any idea what will happen next. But if I have repeated this situation 10, 20, 100 times, then I can imagine, okay, the last time it happened like this and sometimes more, then I have an idea what will happen next. So this leads to the point that from the very beginning of our development program, we have to try to create maximum experience in the mind of our players. So we give them very many situations they have to solve, very many situations they have to make decisions in. At the beginning they will fail because they are beginners, no problem, but they will learn from that. And the more situations we give, the more experience they gain from that. The more experience they have, the better will be the anticipation of the next situation they are in. Now, if you follow this idea, then you will see that it's easy to understand this. Beginners play slow because they need much more time to find out the relevant information on the court and to transfer from this information their ideas into actions. Experienced players, they concentrate only on 2 or 3 informations, and from this, very quick, they make a good decision. This is the difference between beginners and adults. And the second thing is that we must accept that most of the mistakes the players make are not problems of technical mistakes. They are decision mistakes. Sometimes they play a pass from one to the other, and this pass is wonderful. The direction is okay, the strength of the pass is okay, no problem. But there's a defender intercepting the pass, and they didn't see or they didn't anticipate that he will go into the direction of the ball, and therefore the pass is not coming to the teammate. This is not a technical fault. This is a decision mistake, because if I feel that somebody might intercept this pass, I cannot give the ball to my teammate. This is a wrong decision. You must learn to play in large space, in open space. This is very important for the beginner's level. The reason for this is that the large spaces, first of all, help the attackers. And this will help us to keep a balance between attack and defense. Very interesting and good match, you need a balance between attack and defense. If one team is in a disadvantage, it will not be an interesting game. So for instance, if you see a top handball game of adults in national level or in international level, you won't see a team working with a man-to-man defense from center line for 60 minutes, because this is a big disadvantage for the defense. The spaces are too large, therefore it's not possible to do that. For the beginners level, it's just the other way around. We cannot work with the 6-0 defense, because the spaces between the defenders are very small. Nobody from the beginners in attack can shoot from far outside. What you have to do against the 6-0 defense, then defense is in advantage and there's a disadvantage for attack. So we must create large space just to have the balance between attack and defense. So we start to work with an open defense in an open space, and the aim of the defense must be to win back the ball. The aim of the attack is very easy to explain. This we try to make a score. The aim of the defense, on the other way to pronounce it or to say it, is we try to avoid the score. But to avoid something, to destroy the attack, is something negative. If you want to give a positive goal for a positive aim for the defense, we have to say try to win back the ball. And this in the beginner's level is quite easy, because the attackers are not so sure. The technique is not so nice. So they have problems in dribbling and controlling the ball. They have problems in passing and receiving the ball. So then it's easy to intercept. And this is what the defense should do in this category of age. So in the second step, you must see that attack is responsible for the actions of the defense. Attack is training defense. Because if the attackers are poor, if they are weak, then the defense has no work to do. They are not good in running free. They are not good in dribbling the ball. They are not good in passing and receiving. And defense has nothing to do. So the better the attackers are, the more the defense has to do against them. So the basic idea is that the defense says in which area, in which space you play, more open or more defensive, and the attack says what the defense has to do. Now, the result of all this was that we had to create a special competition for the young boys and girls when they start to play on full court. There was a famous coach in Germany, his name is Landgraf. He invented this 2x3-on-3 variation. So we have a regular 6 against 6 situation, but the center line is dividing the court. We have 3 players of each team on one side and 3 on the other side. So you can see it's very easy because the organization is like in the regular handball, 6 players per team, 3 players in each half. Crossing the center line is not allowed, and after a goal, the goalkeeper makes the throw off from the 4-meter line, which is the small line inside the goal area. As I have heard, there is some experience with this system in Japan already. So for those who haven't seen it before, it's quite easy. So you can see how the game is started here. The white team tries to give the ball to the attacker side. They try to go to the goal. The black team is against them. And the big advantage of this 2x3-on-3 is that we call it a tactic-free game, because the 3, you have no tactics like a 3-0 defense or 2-1 defense or something like this. No, it's automatically man-to-man. As you can see from this, this is playing in large space because you can make a short arithmetic task from that, that there is very much space for each player compared to the 6-on-6. The most important point is here that we are working with man-to-man defense and offense defense, and this is the most important thing because this is the demanding challenge for the players in the children and the youth handball. With this open defense, we open the court in both directions, in the width and in the depth, and very important, we have development in the individual way of playing because we have always 2 players together. So they challenge each other, attacker against defender and vice versa.
同時にディフェンスのことも攻撃のことも選手たちは学びます。これ大体1対1ながら1人は攻撃する、1人は守るということなので、同時にお互い引っ張りながら成長します。
And we differentiate into 2 different one-on-one situations. The one-on-one situation with ball and the one-on-one without ball. With ball means that the attacker is in possession of the ball. Without ball means that he is not in possession of the ball. Quite easy to understand. But you should see that there's a difference between one-on-one with and one-on-one without ball. There's a real difference, or 3 differences at least, which are very important. The first is that in the one-on-one situation without ball, the attacker can move very quick. He can run to one side, run to the other side, feint, use steps as much as he wants, because he's not dribbling, and therefore he's without ball. He can move free. So the one-on-one situation without ball can be more dynamic than the one-on-one situation with ball. Depends on the movement of the attacker. The second point is that in both situations, the defender has to observe opponent and ball. In the one-on-one situation with ball, then I can concentrate only on one point because my personal opponent, he has the ball in his hand. So everything I need to see is direct in front of me. But in the one-on-one situation without ball, the ball is given away to another position. And I have to open my observation to keep one eye to the attacker and with another eye observe the ball. This is quite difficult in very open space. So if the attacker moves, the one-on-one without ball is more dynamic. Then the higher demands in observation, in one-on-one with ball, without ball, and the one-on-one without situation is 5 times on the court. Because there are 5 players, they don't have the ball, but one is the one who's having the ball. So 5 times more you have to be in this situation. And this is something we should keep in mind if we go for training. This concept from the first step on, then you can see that we have some elements which are going from one step to the other. Now, the first point is that we start in open space and we end in very small space. Systematically, we reduce the space given by the defense. Start very open, and step by step we go back even more. Just to have this balance between attack and defense in a good way, so that it is an interesting match for both parts. Second point is that we want the players to learn very much in the basic situation in handball. The basic handball situation is 1 against 1. So in all man-to-man variations, we have the one-on-one situation basically, no problem. Even in the 3-2-1 defense system, we have the one-on-one situation because as long as the attacker is staying with one pivot only, we have very clear positioning who is playing against whom. So our basic idea in this is that we hope to give the players the chance to learn handball in every variation over these 10 years. Because as you must remember, 2 years, 2 years, this system is that the most important point is the defense, but the attack is reacting on that and following that. So because we play this open defense, then the attackers must move in a different way compared to defensive defense. They must run free, they must do something to get into possession of the ball. They have more gaps in front of them, going to the right, going to the left. So from the beginning on, you develop the attack in coordination with the defense too. Okay, but we must be honest. This system is not perfect. That's the first. Second is, this system is not the only way. There are other ways possible too. Third is, this system is no guarantee for top-level players at the end. And this system depends on the coaches that follow this idea step after step. And this, for instance, is one of the problems we have in Germany. As I said, we have around 800,000 players in Germany over all categories. We have more than 10,000 clubs. And in these clubs we have not only professional coaches, and somebody who is coaching 9 or 10 years old and must play man-to-man defense, but has never made before some experience in that. He will refuse to do that because he cannot teach man-to-man because he has no experience. So by the time we introduced this system, this was one of the biggest problems we had to convince all the coaches in these young category of ages how they must teach handball. Some of them said, no, this is no handball anymore. This is running and jumping like in the jungle, because everybody is running on the court, free moving. They were missing a structure, and they were missing the structure they have from adult handball in their mind. The second problem we had faced with the referees, because there was a big problem. We were thinking about what can we do if somebody doesn't use these defense systems. So if we say it's compulsory man-to-man, but the coach takes his players to the 6-meter line to a close defense, what can we do? The only thing in the competition is give them a punishment by the referees. So we had to convince the referees to observe what the defense is doing and then to give the punishment, which is a problem. Very many referees said, no, this is not our idea. We are referees and not coaches. This is coaches' idea. And we are not the sheriff for the coaches here. But I can promise to you that every coach who was following this system, he was successful with his work, or in his work. Not successful in the way that he was champion in the next year, but he was working with young players that developed very well. And this should be the basic idea for the coaches, not to have the championship, because at the end of the year, only one team can be champion, or only one coach can be champion. But every coach can develop his players in this year. And this must be the personal success of the coach. So you see that tomorrow we will have very much work. I tried to compress it a little bit. Some is only with photo or video, and it's not so much talking about, but I think it's interesting or useful to have some words more and not only what is written there. One-on-one situation. Let's go together with more or less same level in a one-on-one situation. One blue, one red, one yellow. Come on. The first is yellow against red. We go inside the court. Blue team is just resting for 2 minutes, and then we change immediately. Okay? We start on this side of the court, center line, sideline, and 9-meter line. Okay. So this is 6 and 6. 6対6になってますけど Try to create the maximum number of passes in your team. I think everybody knows this game. Yeah. はい。で、誰が勝ったパスないで。は
あ、そっち行っちゃダメだよ。黄色いそっち行っちゃダメだよ。黄色いそっち行っちゃダメだよ。はい、黄色のボール、黄色のボール。そっち行っちゃダメだよ。Good defense, yellow ball. はい、だけど、いいディフェンスだったけど、黄色のボールね。Quick. はい、続けて。9 meter line is outside. Take care. Red ball. 9の外行っちゃダメ。だからパート。Red ball. これが今9の外です。Everybody knows the game. No problem. 皆さんこれよく知ってると思いますけれども。And they have understanding of the rules, so it's very easy to play. Now, they are very experienced players, so this is something which is different if you play this with boys and girls 9 and 10 or 11, 12 years old, because they are not so sure in running free and passing. Now, you see one team is in attack, the other team is in defense. Defense team is working with man-to-man defense. Now, you could see the man-to-man defense was not effective in this moment. Now, the problem is that very many coaches think that this is a nice game for defense, but it isn't. Because as we know from our handball, the basic situation of the defender is you are between your opponent and the goal. If I'm in defense to that goal, I'm in the position between opponent and goal. But in this little game, we don't have any goal. Difficult for the defender to find the right position. This game is very useful for the attackers because they can run free in every direction. If I'm between opponent and goal, and he is going in the direction of his own goal, going away from me now, I won't follow because he's not dangerous, he's not going to my goal. If he's moving forward, then I must take care. But in this game here, he can move in every direction and it's useful for him because he's away from the defender. To make it more easy for the defense, we can decrease the space. Because if the space is too big, then it's too easy for the attackers to run free. So if we decrease the space, then it's more difficult for the attacker and easier for defense. So we go inside 9. Okay, now, and close defense now, come on. Yes, more cover there. Yes, more cover there. Okay, and red ball. Now you see the first interception of that. Here for the defense to make an interception. We want to talk about what the attackers have to do. First rule against a good man-to-man defense is go away from your defender. If I'm not in possession of the ball and close to my defender, the first is I must go away to be free, and then therefore we say the first rule in handball: without ball, go away from your defender. Always run free. Man-to-man. Okay. And go. Now, let's see. Everybody, run free. Go away from your defender. はい、ゲームから遠ざかるよ。自分のマーク外して。攻撃だけ。Red ball. よかったけどね。Come on. So, let's see. Go away. Yes, good ball. Okay, that's it. And yellow team. Run free. Go away from the defender. Run free. Okay. Without ball, go away from your defender. Now the question is, do we have the same rule if we are in possession of the ball? Is it useful when you are in possession of the ball to go away from your defender? Yes or no?
Yes か No か Yes or no いいか悪いか
Yes. With or no?
No 違う Yeah Okay
So, yes is the right answer. I'm in possession of the ball.
も
And
し
the
ボ
defender,
ールを持っててディフェンスがここにいたらこれは近すぎますよね
then it's not so easy to give a pass. I have to go away.
でから外して
Proper passing.
でいいパスをしなきゃいけない正しいパスをしなきゃいけない
So, next question. How far can I go away from my... What is the maximum I can go away from my defender? How far can I go away? Without ball, go away from your defender. So I can go far away from him. The farther away, the better. Okay? Now, if I'm in possession with ball, with the ball, and I said I go away from him, how far can I go away? Now, we have a misunderstanding. It's no problem. Now, in your game, what you were playing, you could go away maximum 3 steps because nobody of you was using the dribbling. The reason is that all over the world we're using this little game and every time we use it without dribbling. The dribbling can be useful. So for instance, if I'm under pressure and I give a proper pass, you can go away. Without dribbling, 1, 2, 3 steps, not far away. With dribbling, I can go far away. And if you have been observing, sometimes you saw the players with the ball not even using their 3 steps, but making movements like this, like in basketball.
見ましたよね
In basketball, this movement is useful because you don't use steps. If one foot is on the ground, you can rotate as often as you want. But in handball, 1, 2, 3, and you're on the same place like before. So, therefore, I want you to make a decision. If the defender is close to you, you receive the ball, and if he's close to you and you cannot pass, go away from him, find a free space, to create some time, and then give the ball to the next. Dribbling is allowed.
もちろんドリブル OK ですよ
Use it to go away from the defense. So come on. You can pass, you can pass. Go for the defense. Go around.
まあたった1回ドリブルするだけでも全然違いますよね
The direct pass, direct pass. Direct pass is not problem.
もちろんダイレクトにパスができたらそれを最初に狙いますパスができなかったらドリブルして距離を
Yes, very nice. Okay, now, yellow. Yellow, come on. Pass, 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 pass. And go. And the next. Don't jump.
Jump now, yo.
Player number 10, he's thinking very much. He's observing who is running free, but he's in the same place. And this is a dangerous activity because if he's in the same place, then it's very easy for the defense to attack. So he should try to move. Then it's not so easy for the defense. But this is something which is similar in all big sports. In football, it's the same too. If you get in football, you get a pass to you. You can stop it, and then you have problem that immediately some defender is coming. The good players in football, they take the ball immediately, tuck, and go to the side. Very nice interception, good. And yellow team. Yes. It was not 100% free. Let's take care. There we go. Nope. Red, come on, come on, come on. Nice interception, red ball, red ball. Now you see, he's received number 9. He's receiving the ball here, then going to the free space. One bounce, take the ball, and then the eyes up. So this is something which is not so useful. First is, if we have only one bounce, okay, this will extend our range of movement for 3 more steps. So if we are clever, we can use 1, 2, 3 steps, 1 bounce, and 1, 2, 3. So this is 6. So that's quite okay. If we use it like this, if we use it like this, maybe receiving, bouncing, and then 1, 2, 3. It's no use. So we must have an effective use of the dribbling, creating space. Second is we can create time
なんですけど、時間を作ることができる。
for somebody else to run free.
その時間を作れば誰かフリーになるために走る時間ができますよね、次の人。
But if I receive the ball, bounce here, and take it immediately up, I have created space and I have not created time. Go!
もし
Bounce! And then open the eyes. 2, training of the techniques and perception. If I need to dribble and all the time look on the ball, useless. Dribbling is interesting. Come on! So, go, open the eyes, and now pass. Okay, change direction. Yes. Okay, directly passing. Move and pass. Take care of the longest ball.
長いボールは気をつけてくださいね。
Now, we have the first 2 rules. Without ball, go away from your opponent. Second is, with ball, go away from your opponent. And for this, you can use the dribbling to create space and to create time. Rule number 3 is, give the ball to somebody who is really free. Decision is made by the ball possessor. I make decision whether number 5 is free and maybe number 4 can intercept. So if he's not really free, I cannot give the pass. So he must go away from his defender, then I can pass. But I make the decision and I give the ball to somebody who really is free. The ball possessor must not only observe his personal friend, his teammate, he must observe the defender too, and he must anticipate the movement of the defender. Is passing possible, or may this pass be intercepted? And if the danger is that the pass be intercepted, I'll stop and don't pass. So number 3 is give the ball to somebody who is. 4 is give the ball to somebody who is in movement, not to somebody who is standing. If he's in movement, then it's more difficult for the defense to intercept. So if he's running, it's easy to give the pass to him, and then he can continue move. If he's standing and receiving, then he must make a decision to start or not, in which direction. So it's better to give the ball to somebody who is in movement. And the last one, number 5, is long distance passes, try to give short distance. As long distance pass every time is more dangerous to be intercepted than. These are the 5 rules. Without ball, running free. With ball, go away from defender. Give the ball to somebody who is really free. Try to give the ball to someone who is moving. And try to do this with a short distance pass. And if we take care of these 5 rules, we will have a wonderful game. Now, you remember what we said in our theoretical lesson. You see, stop. You see number 10 in this position, number 8. But number 8 was running in the other direction. Number 8 was standing in the position. The pass was all right. The distance and the power of the pass was really nice. But he made a mistake because he did not realize that number 8 is not looking and is running away. So this was a decision mistake. It was not a technical mistake. This was a mistake in perception, observation of the situation, of anticipation. What will number 8 do? And then making a mistake here. Go away. Go away. Very nice. Okay. Come on, go away. Don't stop repeating so early. Go away.
それをね、あまりちょっと使うときは、使うときはこれ。
Go away. Yes. To create as much passes as possible. Introduce one thing you did before. After passing, you must touch the sideline. When he re-enters, then he can receive the ball with his side. He's not allowed to receive the ball before he has touched the sideline and come back. You do this with the sideline to the left, with the sideline to the right, with the dotted 9-meter line here and with the 9-meter line there. Touch and go out and pass and go out. Red ball. Come on, go, go, go. Don't forget what we said before. If you receive the ball, you're under pressure. Don't make a basketball move, dribble and go away. Now, in this particular variation, we have the one in possession of the ball. This is first a player of the team. We have the second player. This was the one who gave the ball to him. He is outside. So two players are away. This one and this one. The other four players, they have to run free. It's no double pass possible because the other one is out. So he has to find one of the other four that run free, or he has to create time for the others to run free. And this is going by dribbling again. Okay? Ready team, come on, go, go, go! Yes, go to free space, give a secure pass. And move and up the ice. Wonderful move. This is what I'm ready. Tag and immediately go. That's it. Let's go, go, go. Come on. And change direction. Yes, very nice. Back, back. And change direction. Go, go, go. Don't wait so long. Yes. Okay. And go. Press the defense. Come on. Defense.
マンツーマンで守って、マンツーマンで守って。
Change. Yes, very nice. And go, 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 go.
はい、もう一回。あ、じゃあ今そこ待ってただけだよね。ディフェンス来ちゃいましたよ。
Now, we play full court, sideline, sideline, and 9-meter line. Now we have divided the court in this way and in this way. 3 and 4. Okay? Now, the next is, like before, passing, dribbling, passing. Keep the ball in your team as long as possible. And there's only one special rule, that if you receive the ball, you're not allowed to give the ball away in the same area. So this is the area she has received the ball. She's not allowed to give a direct pass. She has to move to another area. So move in this direction or move in that direction, you're free. She can pass to somebody who is inside the same area. Short distance pass, this is nice. Okay? She can pass to somebody who is in the area she has been before. No problem, give the ball to her. And she can pass in all the other areas too. So passing is free, no problem.
はい、ここ。はい、方向変えながら。 して、はい、方向変えながら、はい、いいよ。はい、変わって、はいはい、場所を変えながら、はい。はい、次いくぞ、いいですよ。
So receive the ball, tack, making a short feint, go to the other side and speed up with dribbling. Don't go slow, but go with maximum speed to free space. If you go, eyes up, because you need to see where is the free space. If you are in the free space, bounce and wait till somebody else is free. And then give secure pass.
はい、はい、手上げて、顔上に上げて、顔上に上げて、下向かない、はい、方向変えて、はい、今すごいよかったね。はい、いいよ。
If the man with the ball is crossing the border and is in a new space and is opening the ice, this is information for the teammates. Now run free, for short distance pass. And go! And go!
今、長い距離のパスだったよ、気をつけて。はい、動いて動いて。
Now, these are variations of this little game in which we try to keep the ball within our team. In the theory lecture tomorrow morning, I will give you some more information, background information about this, the basic principles in effect, why we do that. Okay, now, the red team on this side against the blue team on the other side.
赤対青。
We're using full court and
オールコート使いますよ。
now we change because now it's not free running in every direction, but blue team tries to score on
青がこ
this
ちら
side
が攻めます。
and red team defending here tries to score on the other
赤
side.
ですね。
Score is very easy to be made. The red team, everything you have to do is touch down the ball behind the 9-meter line. And blue team, same on the other side, you touch down the ball on the other side. The rules are the same like in handball, except one extra is only allowed sidewards and backwards.
ダメ。
Come on, defense, press.
はい、ボール、イエス、プレスして、プレスして、プレスして。なんで行かなかったの？なんで行かなかったの？
Somebody touching you?
誰かタッチしました？
Somebody driving you?
行きましょう。
Now, they understand very good what to do. So, there will only be small problems in the beginning because in this variation, the passing is only allowed to the side or back. The maximum space you can win is 1, 2, 3 steps. So, without dribbling, you cannot win space. So, what we do, or what we want is that the ball possessor tries to create space by going towards the opponent's goal. We want every time each player, if he's in possession of the ball, get orientation towards the goal. And if there's a gap, or if there's nobody, please try to go and go inside the direction towards the goal. Try to use the gap. If there's a space, try to use it. If you don't try it, you never will know whether this is enough space for you to go through or not. So you have to try it.
もしそれでやらなかったら、その逆がずっと続くので、必ず前の両方にボールを入れられるというんですね。
And go! Okay, nice intersection, very nice. Okay, and defense, man-to-man defense. And stop. Now, take care. The attackers must learn something. If number 10 is in possession of the ball, you cannot stand in front of him. Number 6, number 1, you are out of the match. He is not allowed to give a pass in front. If you want to have the ball, you have to go behind. So we say we take away the space in front of the ball. So if we take away this space as a useful space for the attackers, we cannot use the deck, we have to use the width. So number 5, wonderful. Number 4, even a little bit more to this position. This is the way to open the space. Number 10 can go. Stop. Now, as we said, man to man. You are defender against whom? Number 1 or number 6? Okay. Now, you remember what we saw in the theory. If we say man to man, she has to be close to him. So, if we get in a position like this, so it's not useful for the defender to work in front of the ball. Because, first of all, they got problem in orientation. See the personal opponent, observe ball, opponent, and observe ball. And help! Number 7, help! That would be the thing. Okay, yellow, come on, continue. Pass, let's go! And go! Okay, defense, come on! Stop the dribbling, yes! Stop! Freeze! Now you see 2 wonderful things. What they do very good. The man with the ball is trying to go to the goal. The other one, if he's finished with his movement because the defense has stopped him, come behind. We call this safety for ball possessor. There's somebody behind the ball possessor. Try to see this. But you must be behind the ball. You cannot go in front, you have to stay here, and then the pass is given, and then you go. Okay?
Don't
pass and run in front, go behind.
前走るな、パスしたら後ろボールもらいに行ってごらんって。パスしたらボールもらいに行ってごらんって。前走るな。はい、青ボール。今だいぶ動き良くなりましたね。ハンドボールらしくなってきました。なんでスコアしたくなかったのって言ってる。そこまで行ってパスしちゃったよ。行こうね。ドリブルを止めよう。
Something which is a complex of game situations. We have built it up to show you some principles in attack. Tomorrow in the theoretical lesson, I will give you the complete information about that. So please remember all the things we were doing here because they work.
And we had one practical demonstration after this. It was about the little games for the boys and girls, we said probably 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. Now, in the first step, it might be a little bit difficult to understand what we did yesterday in the afternoon, because it's not compared or not fitting in the structure we have been talking about, because the first idea was to introduce you in this system over the different categories of age and the different defense systems we use. But today we will continue. We'll talk about in the theoretical lecture about the basic idea we were introducing yesterday and give some advices how we work in attack against these different defense systems. With this, I hope we can bring together everything at the end. Now, yesterday we were talking about the basic idea of this man-to-man defense. And in the man-to-man defense we have 4 things the player should learn. This is just a small repetition from yesterday. First is that the players should very quick after the attack is finished, when they go to defense, find their personal opponent and get attached to. Second is that each player in defense must be in the basic position. The basic defense position is stand between your personal opponent and your own goal. This is the very basic position in every defense, not only man-to-man, but zone defense. Number 3 is that every time each player in defense should observe on one side the ball and on the other side his personal opponent. So if my personal opponent is in ball possession, it's easy to observe both components. If the ball is in another position, I have to open and spread my observation. Number 4 is the players in defense should try to help against breaking through attackers in neighbor positions. So if I'm observing my opponent and I'm observing the ball, I can see whether in the neighbor position somebody is breaking through. And then as a defender I must make decision, no sorry, you are not interesting anymore because I have to help at the ball position. These 4 points, they are very basic for individual defense. They are the same in man-to-man and in zone defense too. So from the beginning in the man-to-man defense, the players can learn this. Our idea is to teach this in the man-to-man defense when there are 9 and 10, and in the sinking man-to-man defense when there are 11 and 12. So we have 4 years to teach this in a very nice way, and then the players should have learned these 4 points to work out this in man-to-man. After this we switch over to zone defense like 3-2-1, where they can follow these points in another way of defense. So on the next slide you can see what the players can learn in the man-to-man defense. These are typical points like intercepting the passes, stealing the ball, fighting for free balls, knocking the ball away and the ball of the opponent, provocating mistakes, and the main interesting is that they can learn to act in defense and not to react. So in our educational program, this is one very, very important point, that the players in the man-to-man defense from the beginning learn these points and develop their skills in defense. Now we step over to the next chapter, which is the training. Now we are talking about the contents we work with. These are 3 categories we're talking about. The first is athletics, the second is techniques, and number 3 is conduct, how they have to play. The first point is quite interesting, because without athletic basis, we cannot produce the techniques, and without the techniques, we cannot play. So this is quite interesting. Because of the short time in this symposium, we are only talking about 2 subjects with this coordination and agility, and concentrate more on the techniques and more on how to play. This time here, yes. Yeah, so we have only short words about the techniques. The first point we have to have some words about is the coordination, which we work out in 2 ways, which is general coordination and handball specific coordination. Second is the same for agility, which we train in a general way and in a specific way. For modern handball, power training is very, very important for developing top level players. But we won't talk about that today because we are talking about the way from the junior to the senior. We will not talk. We will not talk. Now, coordination is something which is very, very interesting because the coordination has very many effects. If the players are well coordinated, they can learn very much in a general way and in a handball specific way. So the skills of coordination have a really big effect on different topics. And the first is that they have an effect on the motor learning attitude. So the better the coordination is developed, the better the players learn new movements, especially new handball movements. So some special movements like jumping with the right leg as a right-handed player, like different kinds of feint with turning movement and so on. They base on these coordination skills. Second point is that the coordination helps us to create good movements under time pressure. And everybody can imagine that in handball we have to coordinate our movements under time pressure. So in this we have some overlapping with agility, because agility means to work under time pressure. It is that the coordination must be worked out under precision pressure, pressure of precision. So that means that we have to make our movements very precise. You can imagine, for instance, the goalkeeper position. If I want to save the ball and I go in this direction to save it, if my hand is a little bit too high or a little bit too much down, I will miss the ball and it will hit the goal. So I have to make the movement on one side very quick, agility, but on the next side very precise, just not to miss the ball. And point number 4 is that the coordination helps us to get adapted to changing situations in our match. So this changing of from attack to defense or defense to attack, which is something which happens quite often in our high-speed modern handball. This depends on coordination skills too. So there are different ways to work out the coordination. We can do this in different programs, and one way of how we do this you can see in this little movie here. So in this we have the task to coordinate different movements of the upper body with the lower body, so movement with the arms and movement with the legs in a very nice way. You can see from this is cross coordination. So every time you do something with the right hand and with the left leg, alternatively, so one in front, you will see how they are constructed, the drills. So it's from the right and the left behind the back, and the same is with the right and the left in front of the body, so in different ways. Laid out before, and this in our long-term development plan is very important that we start with these athletic basics in agility and coordination, especially very early. Okay, now we step over to the techniques, and basically we are talking about 4 different techniques in attack. The first chapter is ball handling and dribbling. Second is pass and to catch. Number 3 is the most important technique, to throw, because without a successful throwing movement, we cannot be successful. The last is, we call it basic attack movements. Now, as we heard from the question from our colleague from yesterday, the techniques are very important to produce some good movements on the court. They depend on the coordination, as we have heard before, because if the body is well coordinated, they will produce the techniques very well. And they are the basis for the movement of the players, how to play, how to conduct on the court. So therefore, techniques are a very important part of our development program. Now, first of all, we talk about ball handling and dribbling. And maybe some of you were surprised yesterday because I did not only allow the players to dribble in our little games, I just enforced them to dribble and to use the dribbling in a special way. But from my point of view, this is quite helpful because the dribbling helps you to extend time and space while you are in possession of the ball. If you're in possession of the ball, you have maximum 3 steps, which is not very far, and you have 3 seconds to hold the ball. If you dribble the ball, you can extend the time and you can extend the space, which helps you to create good individual moves and to create creativity. Therefore, the players must be able to use the right and the left hand. As you remember from our definition from yesterday, if you want to go to the right, if you want to go to the left, use the left hand. Try to save the ball with your body against the opponent. This is one basic variation everybody should be able to work out from. Compared with the other techniques, like throwing, like passing, dribbling is the one technique that every player should be able to do with the second hand. Throwing with second hand is very difficult. Passing with the second hand may be possible for short distance passes, but not for long distance passes. But dribbling with the right and the left hand in the same quality, this should be possible for every handball player. So this must be done with different speed too, high speed, slow speed. This must be done in different directions, like forward, backward, and sidewards. The most important point at the end, without constant observation of the ball. Because if you dribble like this, you cannot see the gap. So if you dribble like this, you see the gap is on the right, you see the gap is on the left, you see running free of a partner and give the ball to your teammate. This is no problem, but you have to dribble without observation. Pass and catch. So therefore we have to take care for the actions before the players receive the ball. So we can work this out in a very easy way. So without changing the place while walking, while running, then we can accelerate, changing the place, and then we can do this a little bit with additional tasks, have a one-on-one movement, have a feint or a turning, and then after this, quick, just to receive the ball. Thus, for the coach is every time here to find out what is easy, what is more difficult, start with the easy variations, go to the more difficult variations, and see what is appropriate for my team in this time. So, second step is then that we go for the different receiving of the ball, the variations, and the passings, so that we receive with one hand, with both hands, that we give indirect or direct passes, that we work out different directions and different distances and different speeds. And this also has to be done in connection with different feints. So passing feint to one side, pass to the other side. Body feint, throwing feint, and then passing. This is a connection of different techniques we should integrate in the training process immediately. Last point is the most important, because what do we do after the ball is given away? What do we do after the ball is given? Here we must take care that the players immediately try to run free in their own or in another position, or that they have some additional task like a turn movement, a feint, or something like this. This is something which looks like a small idea, but in modern handball is very, very important. I said so many, you said so many.
Yes, of course.
So, because very many players, they pass the ball away and then they stop. They stop moving and they stop thinking. But by the time I give the ball away, immediately I have to move away from my position. Go back, go away to the side to be free again. And the quicker I do this, the better it is. Remember our practical demonstration from yesterday? In the beginning, in the 3 parts of the court, pass and move immediately to the sideline, and then come back and receive the next ball. And this is the very simple give and go movement. You pass the ball and immediately you go. Give and go. This must be something which the players must do automatically. Without thinking about that, this must be done really automatically. What we want to have at the end are movements like this, more or less. This is only training movement, but this is movement which is not so unimportant, because you have the orientation towards the goal. You move sidewards without getting lost of the orientation. You pass the ball to one side, immediately you go. By the time you receive, you change direction and immediately go to the other side again. These are movements that are very important in one hand or two. We will talk about that in the last chapter of this technique area. Now, number 3 is the throwing movement. This is, as I said before, the most important technique because if you are not able to make a successful throwing move, you cannot score. If you cannot score, you cannot win. Quite simple. And from the very beginning on, we have to take care for 2 points. The first one is that in the throwing movement, the elbow must be above the shoulder. The second is that we must bring back the arm, and in the return movement, the wrist is behind the elbow. It's not like this, but it's like this. Then it's a proper throwing movement. If we have the wrist in front of the elbow, it's only a pushing movement. If we have the wrist behind, then it's a throwing movement. If the elbow is below the shoulder, it's almost impossible to have the wrist behind the elbow. So we have to raise the arm, then the complete throwing movement is possible. Now, for the throwing, we have different variations too. So the variations are different numbers of steps. The more steps we need, the easier it is for the defense to recognize that somebody will shoot. The less steps we need, the more surprise we have. So the aim is to shoot with only few steps. Then we must take care for different movements of the player before shooting. It must be a straight movement, must be a curve to the right, must be a curve to the left side. They must be able to dribble and very quick to shoot. They must be able to receive the ball from the right and from the left side and shoot very quick. By the time they come to a higher level, we have the variations of the arm, high, low, the different ways for the wing player to shoot, the lob, the spin, and everything. And again, the most important point at the end, take care for variations in which corner the players shoot. Because very many players from the beginning, they love to shoot in one special corner. And they repeat, because it's so nice if the ball is going in this corner. And they do it again, and they do it again. But in some kind of repetition, they get fixed in this movement. And in the match situation, under stress, they will not be able to take variations from that, to produce variations from that. And then they will still keep to shoot in this corner. But opponent's goalkeeper or opponent's coach, they will find out, and then they cannot do that anymore. So take care of the players use the different. Now, the last point in this is the basic attack movements. As a definition, we can say that the basic attack movements are moved from individual players with and without ball, and with these movements we try to open a space and try to attack a gap. So that we can shoot or break through from that. Very important in this is that the basic idea is not to go straight towards the defender, but to go to the gap to the right, or maybe go to the gap to the left. Because this is the interesting space for me, because here I can shoot or go through. So if I go to the direction where the defender is, it's not so nice, because maybe he will stop me or hit me. But if I go to the gap on one side or to the other side, then it's easy to create an advantage from this. Maybe he goes through, or he's reacting direction because the other side is open. And these things are quite important. First is the basic principles in attack. We heard about 4 things that players should learn in defense, and we have 4 points for attack too. Second is about individual play, cooperation, and team play. And the last topic is about the attack against different defense systems, like defense and close defense. Now, if we talk about, first of all, about the basic principles in attack, then we have 4 ideas. The first one is to open the central area. First way for the ball possessor. First way. If you come to crossing, the one from the right has first way. Number 3 is safety behind the ball possessor. And the last one is shifting the play to the other side. these are 4 ideas or 4 basic principles. They are a little bit theoretical now if you see them, so I will give explanation what I understand under this. The first is to open the central area. So if we look at some sports like soccer, like basketball, like handball, we will find out that there are certain markings on the ground, especially in front of the goal. And these markings have a special reason. So for instance, in football you have the 16-meter line. If some attacker is going inside and falling down, it must be a penalty. If we see basketball, we have the zone. The zone is quite interesting because attackers are only allowed to stay 3 seconds inside this zone. They go in for 3 seconds, then they must go out, and then they can enter again for another 3 seconds. We won't have this rule, so all the tall guys would only stand very close to the basket, raising their hands up to be very close to the goal, but the game would die. And we have the 3-point line in basketball, which is very useful for the small but technically very good players. They can shoot from outside for 3 points, and the defense must come and attack them, which is quite useful because then we are creating space underneath the basket. In handball, we have the 6-meter line, which is very important because this is some security line for the goalkeeper. There would be no 6-meter line. The players with the ball would go in front of the goal directly and try to score, which is not so nice for the goalkeeper. And we have the 9-meter line, the free-throw line, so the attackers can go inside. But by the time there is an interruption because of the free throw, they have to go outside, and then after restarting the game, they can go inside again. So you can see that the markings, the lines on the court, and the rules that are connected with that, they have the idea to open the central area, the area in front of the goal, so that not everybody is going inside there, because this is not nice for the game. So we could say that the central area is defined by the lines on the court. This is one way how we can define the central area. But there's a second way to define this, which from my point of view is quite better. We say the central area is the space which is useful for the attackers because with a high probability for a successful shoot, they can score from this position. If you consider this second definition, then you will see that the central area is not the same for different groups of age and different level of players. Because if we have beginners, for instance, they cannot score from far out from the wing position. They cannot score from far out from the backcourt position. They have to go close to the goal. So the effective area where they can shoot is quite small. But the better they are in technique, the far from out they can shoot, the better they are in shooting from the backcourt, the more the central area is open. This is the reason why we work with the compulsory open defense for the beginners in handball. Because if we know that the beginners cannot shoot from the wing, if we know that they cannot shoot from far outside, they must go inside in this area and shoot from here. And if the defense is clever, they go in this area too. And then the central area is crowded. And then there is no more chance for the attackers to score. So we have to open the central area for the attackers by using an open defense so that this area is free. But it's not useful if we say the defenders have to step out, the attackers must open the space too. So the first idea is that we take away the players from the central area to open it, so then they can run in and maybe receive a pass. So this is what we want, that they have a position outside of the central area, run in, and then receive the ball maybe to go through into the area where they can shoot. This idea is helpful against open defense, but it's the same against 6-0 defense in adult handball. Then players in attack, they open the central area too. If you go and look for top international handball, you will see the wing players in the corner. You will see the backcourt players quite away from each other, far away from each other, very close to the sideline. This is a positioning that is opening the central area. So we have this basic principle against man-to-man defense, but we have it in the same way against zone defense too. It's a general principle. So now we expect our players to take a position outside the central area, go with high speed in, but by the time, if they cannot continue because the defense is in front of them, they have to make a decision what to do. They have to give the ball away. And after giving the ball away, they immediately must go out of the central area again. They cannot stand there and build a crowd. They have to go out of the central area again. And there are two directions that are possible. The first direction is give the ball to another one and go backward again. So you go backward away from the defense, then go inside the defense, and after giving the ball away, you go backward again and open. This is one possibility. Second is you give the ball to one side and you go away to the other side. So passing to the right, immediately moving to the left. Go away from the ball so that the ball possessor has more space. You pass to the right. You pass to the right and follow the ball in this direction. You decrease the space for the ball possessor, which is not very useful. So you have to go passing in one direction and move away in the other direction. And this is the mechanism you saw in our practical demonstration yesterday. Pass the ball, go to the sideline, open the area. This is just for some practical idea to introduce this basic principle. Now, second one is first wait for the ball possessor. And before Roland has again the problem in finding the right words for this, I give you another way how to talk about this. Okay. Now, we transform. We say, first go to the ball possessor, we say something different. What we say is, the most dangerous player is the one who is moving with high speed and with the ball towards the goal. If somebody is in the possession of the ball, but he's moving a little bit in this direction, a little bit backward and sideward, okay, he's not dangerous. But if he's moving with the ball high speed towards the goal, okay, then the defense must take care. This is dangerous. If the player is not in possession of the ball and is running free towards the goal, okay, someone must follow him, but he's not in possession of the ball, so this is not maximum danger. We fear from this. But if he's in possession of the ball and moving with high speed towards the goal, then this is maximum danger for the defense. Then we must take care because this one might score. So the one with the ball and the high speed towards the goal, this is the most dangerous player. So by knowing that, the result from that is that every player of my team must try to be the most dangerous player. So if you are the first player in my team who is in possession of the ball, take the ball and go high speed. This is what you should do. And player number 2, you do the same. And player number 3, she does the same. And number 4, and number 5, and number 6. So if I have 6 players in the court, and everybody, when he's in possession of the ball, tries to go high speed, then I have a wonderful team. Because everybody's dangerous, everybody's trying to attack towards the opponent's goal. Okay, let's skip over to a special variation of handball. It's beach handball. I think all of you have heard about beach handball, and have maybe seen or played it yourself. In the beach handball, you have 3 players in the court and 1 goalkeeper. But because of the sand, dribbling is a little bit difficult. It's not forbidden, but it's a little bit difficult. So if the 3 players go to attack, the goalkeeper follows. So that we have 4 players in attack and 3 defenders only. The attack is finished, the goalkeeper is going out, the second goalkeeper is coming in, the other team is attacking. But the basic attack situation in beach handball is 4 attackers against 3 defenders. So in the beach handball, the man with the ball in attack, he has to go towards the goal and draw his defender. Then give the ball away. The second player must do the same. Draw his defender, give the ball away. Player number 3 is doing the same. Player number 4 is free, because we have only 3 defenders. And the first one draws the defender, the second draws the second defender, number 3 is drawing the third defender, number 4 is free. So this is the way we play beach handball.
ビーチハンドボールの場合はですね、4対3の状況ですから、まず1人目のプレイヤーがディフェンス1人引きつける、ドローって言いましたけどね。で、2人目が同じように自分の目の前にマークを引きつける。3人目も同じことをします。4人目どうでしょうか、ノーマークです。これがビーチハンドボールの攻撃ですよね。
If you transfer this to the indoor handball, 6 against 6, then it's getting difficult. Because if 6 players in attack, each player with the ball draw his personal defender, give the ball to the next, and the next one drawing his defender, nothing will happen. Because there's no advantage. The referees will say, sorry, this is passive, this is boring, because there's no advantage for the attacking team. Everybody is drawing one defender, but no result from that. So if you're playing 6 against 6, if you have numerical equality between attack and defense, only drawing the defender is not enough. One player must not only draw his defender, he must win in the one-on-one situation. And there's one special player who has to win the one-on-one situation, the ball possessor.
ボールを持ってる人のことです。
Because if the man with the ball is winning the one-on-one situation, then I can score. This is the first idea. Or maybe a second defender is providing help. Then I give the ball left. As a result from this, an advantage for the second attacker. This is only possible by the time the man with the ball is winning the one-on-one situation. Then we can draw a second defender and create an advantage. Therefore, winning 1 against 1 from the ball possessor is very, very important. And this is only possible if all the other players wait and give first way to the ball possessor. This one is the man who is making the attack. Then let's see how the defense is reacting, who is helping, and then the ball is given to the next who is going to the gap, maybe using the advantage that his defender was drawn by the ball possessor. Number 3 is safety behind the ball possessor. Because if the man with the ball is going inside and the defense is helping, they will stop him. So, if the player is stopped from the defense here, he must give away the ball to somebody else. Now, if the man with the ball is the last player of his team and all others are in front of him, then he can pass only in one direction, but the defense is in front of him and trying to close the pass. So this is not useful. So other players have to the defense and go behind him for receiving a secure, a safe pass. Now remember the last variation of our games yesterday at the end of the practical demonstration. We said passing in front is forbidden, only passing to the side. So we said nobody from the attacking team can stand in front of the ball possessor, because passing in front is not possible, so it's not useful to stand in front of the ball possessor. So we said we have to use the room to the right, or the space to the right and to the left. We open the central area. Then we said going forward is only possible for the man with the ball dribbling. First wait for the ball possessor. This was our second basic principle. And then remember how many movements we had where the ball possessor was going and the second one was coming behind him. Nice movements like a crossing. This is safety behind the ball possessor. This is what they produced in the practical demonstration yesterday. Okay, and the last one, which was something we saw yesterday too, is to shift the play to the other side. So we were producing pressure on one side, and the defense was compressed here. And then we said, okay, give the ball to the other side. Maybe we are lucky, and we were drawing one additional defender to that side. Then we have one player plus on the other side, which is quite nice. Maybe not, but then we have big space and few players in numerical equality, which is easier to solve than equality in small space. So therefore we must give the ball to the other side. So these are the 4 basic principles in attack. They have the same right or the same value against open defense and against zone defense too. Going to the attack, then we have to take care for three different parts. The first is the individual performance, second is the small group cooperation, and the third is the team play. As you can see from this pyramid, these three parts depend on each other. The first and the basis is the individual performance. The more variability we have in actions and positions of our players, the better they are in their technical variations, the more easy it is to bring them together in a group cooperation. First of all, we need to develop individual strength. Basing on this, we can go to the small group cooperation, which is 2 against 2, maximum 3 against 3. And we have the classical cooperations like pushing and pushing back, like crossing, like screening, and event go. These are the four. This is what we developed in the category of age 13, 14, 15, 16. We call this the cooperation between two players beside each other in the width and two players, one in front, one behind, in the depth. And we do this in free play against open defense, because the defense in this category of age is 3-2-1 basically. On the basis of the individual and the group activities, then we can build up some team play movements, conceptions that need more than 3 players. So we have 4 or 5 or 6 players involved in that, which is more complicated and which is more effective against traditional defense systems like 5-1, 6-0. And this is coming at the end of our development plan, when the defense is playing like that. So today, we first of all will concentrate on the basic attack movements, the individual actions of the wing players, and the cooperation between wing and backcourt, in the first of our practical demonstration. And in the second one, cooperation, backcourt player, and pivot.
downhand pass, right shoulder to partner, pack, and then change, left hand. And open up a little bit, left hand above, right hand above, left leg in front, pass here, pack, so it's one side and the other side. Handgrip number 1.
晴らしかった。ありがとう。完璧。同じように同じように。
If you're a right-handed player, you don't go like this because this is not dangerous. You go like this and then turn and pass to the other side and go back. Oh, let's go. Pass. And pass. And pass. Go back. Backwards. Back. Don't turn. No.
バックの下がる。バックステップをしてください。バックステップをして。バックステップ。
Every time you
使わないで。
and then you go in a sideward move or in a slide go like this. And the first pass is and out. Come on, pass, pass. And then back. Stop. Now, you must see for this movement, not a straight movement forward here. I don't touch and go in this direction here. I go inside. And then I go a little bit to the side here. And by the time the other one is passing with the ball, I go in front here again. It's not a move like this, it's a move like that. Pass. Pass. Yeah. And pass. And go back. Quick. Pass. And go back quickly.
すぐバックステップして、すぐ速いバックステップして、自分のリズムの後ろまで速いバックステップ。誰が50回やるからやるんですよ。
Take care for timing. Don't go in so early, touch, and go out slowly. You must wait, and by the time this player is moving forward, now in and high speed out. Like before, the first movement is the composition. The first movement is inside touch. Then you go out. Try to receive the pass in this left back position, that's all right. And receive it and stop with the left leg in front and the orientation towards the goal. Every time the orientation to the goal. Now, after stopping here, this is step number 1. Then 1, 2, 3, 1 bounce, inside, 1, 2, 3. And you have to go to the goal post position. And then you pass the ball to the other side. From this position, you don't go back here. You pass to the other side and go back here. Take care. If you're on the right side, you come over here. Maybe you can stop with this movement here on the right foot. It's no problem if you get orientation here. It's possible to shoot from this position. No problem. And inside. Back. And go back. Pass. Pass. And go back. Stop. Stop. And by the time left back is in this position here, then you touch here. And by the time he is moving inside, you are moving outside. So this is a parallel movement. Okay, let's go. Out and in. And out again. Out and in. And out again. Tack. Tack. And go. And the next. Observe the goal. And don't go inside 9 meters, must be outside. Don't jump and miss the goal. Back, pass, and kick out. Out, and out the next. And the next coming in, going out. Yes, and the next in, and out. Very nice. These are drills to develop the basic attack movements in the backboard positions. So very, very important in this every time is clear orientation towards the goal, arm up, step shot position, observation of the goal. Then you can act in different ways. As you can see from this, we want the observation of the opponent's goal all the time. Then we move like this, backwards, sideward a little bit, and move like this on the other side. So this is something which depends on very good coordination of the step work. And this will be the same in the wing positions too. We start now warming up the goalkeepers and you can shoot from the wing positions. Players through the position, lining the line, crossing the sideline on the right. So back here. Okay?
簡単にアップだから帰ってくださいましょう。並べるところ。次コーナーからスタート。次やる。足もっと下に。That's
some guys will step outside and go inside again. Third mistake, go in, take the hand and dribble again. Not possible. And then you jump in and your position is arms high. Get the direction of the 7 meter, the penalty. And then you open and the arm is here. From here you go for long corner high.
ドリブルなしで同じように。一時にボール見えないように出してください。だからタイミングよく考えて、背中向きの時にもうちょっと遅め。パスが見えないように。背中向きの時にパスしてください。シュートコースは今から自由。シュートコースは自由。外に出てはダメ。コートから外に出ないで。 ボールがダメ。パスのタイミングはちょっと早かったけど、力的には不十分だ。もう少し待ってて早いタイミングでナイスデイなの。ナイス。
One-on-one situation. For this one-on-one situation, we need one defender, and the defender is possession of the ball. Defender, take the ball. Attacker, starting at the sideline, return.
そこから回転して。
Try to receive the ball in this position here. Orientation is around 4-meter line, the small white line, or the yellow line here. This is maximum. Inside line, not outside. Defense is between opponent and goal. If we receive the ball in this position, then we have good space for inside move and good space for outside move. More. Okay.
こうマーカーで限られてる場所を守ってください。ちょっとでも中にステップしたりとか外に出たりはダメというイメージでやってほしい。この狭いスペースに自分たちで合わせてほしい。そこを学んでほしいということは絶対不可能。右利きの選手は外側に抜くのが多すぎるからもっと内側に抜いてみて、それのまま動きを作る。外行ったらシュート打てない。Yes. シュートがダメだからね。外すぐサイドに。何もない。次の攻撃。4対3でコートを全面使えるのに、こういうミスが起きる。もう絶対的な何がない。まだ1点も入ってないよ、取り込めないよ。これだから最後に必ずゴール。
ほら、得点できない。
No score.
本格化したところまで行ってもない。はい、よし。
You observe what they are doing.
よくご覧になっていただいてください。
Very nice to be seen. That? Now the attacker tried to accelerate the ball, play very fast. But this is not enough. Because every time they play, right wing, right back, left wing, back, there's no change of the rhythm. There's no real pressure. So just remember what we did before. Times it's quite easy. This one is coming in, fast, in, tack, and just the other way around. There's a difference between playing fast and playing with high pressure. They were playing very fast, but they were not producing pressure. First of all, try to have pressure here. And if then defense is compressed, then we give the ball to the other side. But if you have not enough pressure, then passing to the other side is not good. So inside move. Passes, but no goal.
パスの回数は2分もあったと思うんですけれども、すごいいいパスできてるんだけども、得点がしてない。
Left wing was the second time in possession of the ball, and no pressure movement like we did it before. Please do the same like this person. Completely not interesting for me. I don't know him. I don't like him. But this space, very interesting. Go here. Yes.
寄ってきてくれたら、
Must be active here. Yeah. And inside.
そう、内側へ行く。シュート。なんでシュートしてない？もうフリーだよ。初めての得点になりました。内側。シュートから。
Variation, right. Downhand pass, upper pass. Very nice. Misunderstanding. Okay, come on, let's go. Forward, backward, and the next. Forward, backward, and the next. Come on, back. Inside move immediately, one step shoot or maximum 2 steps, and then shoot. Outside, I'm not so far. This position. A little bit outside move here. Pass. I follow a little bit. Now. Oh no. This is important. Leg of the defender. No. Must see. No. Must see the leg of the defender between his legs. Then screen is in a good position. Touch defender. But now, counter move. Defense must touch screen and screen must be strong. Strong. No. Strong. That's it. Okay? So we must take. Inside move, shoot. That's it. And go back. And the same, straight here. Outside move, screen, inside shoot. Like before. Okay? So right timing for this movement. Okay. And the next.
そしてスクリーンの足場所に入ってそれを利用してアウト。
Okay, fine. 10 minutes.
そう、でこっち。
We are in danger to get an offensive foul. This is charging. So therefore we need the movement of the defense. Then screen is for the pivots. Don't use the hands position and the legs must be like this. They open the legs too much. For this or falling, and this is offensive foul too.
スクリーンのセットじゃないので、入れ替えしてシュートに行きます。
So the attacker in the backup position must observe whether the defense is moving or not. The defense is not moving, then outside, screen, and shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, very nice. So you have a basic rule. Try to go to the gap. This is what we said in our theory in the morning. Everybody, backup player, try to go to the gap. If the gap is open, through. If the gap is close to the defender, then you use the screen on the other side. Quick, quick, quick! And here, no passing, and he very badly shows what he wants to do. Look, you wait, now start passing, passing, passing. Very late, that every time come on, go, go, go! And the right side, come on! And go!
今ここやってることはですね、コミュニケーションのコツとか、パスをしながらでも、パスをしながらでも、で、バックコートプレーヤーは、バックコートの中でスクリーンに投げてくれたりとか。はい、パスして、観察をしながら、でそこでさらにまた同様に大事なことはこうした際先頭じゃない次が見えるけれどもでこういうからもっとディフェンスがでそしたらまたチームでバットしてセカンドスクリーンが入った時の次の連動に合わせるなぜかというとあんまり違ってきたらここはステップがバットできないからセカンドスクリーンが当てられる
Let's go! Okay, come on. Let's go! Shoot! I want the defense to fight for their lives. Because they are one player less. Must go around the pivot.
ディフェンスはね、もっとこうなんで、もっとスクリーンして戦って、一人少ない状況ですから、しっかりやってください。
Go around the pivot.
フリースロー、今ファール。はい、パス、パス。
everything all right? Need to score. Need to score. And go. Wing and backboard, first demonstration, and now continue work together between pivot and backboard, or pivot and wing. Second point, which is important from my side, is that we can see how this is working together with our theory class in the morning. Especially that you realize now the four basic principles in attack: open the space, first wait for the ball possessor, safety, and shifting the play to the other side. Because this is the basis of what we did here. very easy. And while doing this, no touch is allowed again anymore. Now, the whistle is coming on your chest. Stretch the arms, the balls together like a star. Wonderful. Okay, and go again. Come on, quick, quick. And go, come on, move. Face to the goal.
Yes, ボールつって肘上げて肘上げてまたこうすぐゴールを必ず狙えるようにしてください。はい、これスクラウトスクラウトスクラウトで。はい、続けて続けて続けて続けて。 で、そうすると、8つ、2回目としてのやつが狙いますね。 外に行ってインに乗せてディフェンスがそれで少し早く動いてこれをディフェンスの動きに応じて判断ディフェンス動いて
So very often, in the right back position, you have right-handed
で
players.
すから右側のポジション、バックポジションに気を使わなきゃいけない状況がよくある。
So if you go in this situation here, pass,
右
go
側から違
outside,
う。
go inside here, and go with the right shoulder towards the goal. Clever defender. This movement cannot draw defender. You should try a movement like this.
ですから、このようにシュートのせないなんだが、ドリブルを入れて、今のようにね。
Keep you in the position here. Now take away your face. Shoot. Or come out. Okay. Down. After. That's one two.
左肩をこういうふうにつけて進ましょう。
Must be in a dangerous position.
で、必ずゴールを嫌がるような入り方をする。
Okay? Come on. Okay, quite nice. Not so bad.
で、
In variations for older boys and girls too. There are special things we can develop with that, and I want to show you. Remember when I was talking in our first theory about the balance between attack and this depends on the space on the we are playing in. In half court, it's not nice. So defense has a disadvantage, attack has an advantage. Not really. No, say like this is not okay. So we just send for Defense, defense, defense. Press, press, press. Yes, very nice. And again, come on. Good defense. Too late. Defense was too late. Come on, go, go, go! Defense, 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 come on! Quick, quick, quick! Yes, very nice! Continue! One, two, three. Okay. No, this is red 2 times in defense. Now, which direction is red? Now, red team in this direction. Okay? Now, do the same. But three running player. If the ball is on one side, we can have maximum 4 players of each team in this half. So we give the ball to the goalkeeper here. Red team is in attack. If the red team crosses the center line, 1 red player. Maybe number 2, maybe number 10. Cross. The defender from light blue has to follow. So if the ball is on this side, it's maximum 4 and 4 here, and 2 and 2 here. If the ball possession changes, then we go to here. 2 can go, because then maximum 4 against 4. But before they cross the center line, they must observe. Because if there are 4 players from your team, and you will cross and be number 5, then the ball is away. Okay? Red ball. Where's the lineup? That's okay. Stop, freeze! Freeze! You cannot cross. You must be on this side. So, as a referee, you don't count the number of players on the ball side, because this is complicated. You observe. You control this side. If it's 2 on 2 here, then it must be 4 and 4 on the other side. But if there's only 1 player from the position here, then there must be 5 on the other side. It's quite easy. Come on, let's go! Okay, very nice. Now, the last variation we do. The last one we do is without running. So we have 2 players on this side, 2 players on this side. Now, referee was attacking in this direction. We change. Referee is now. What we do is that we say it's compulsory that if the goalkeeper is in possession of the ball, he must give the ball to front court. You can play long passes. So this enforces, first of all, the goalkeepers to give long distance passes. That enforces the player in front court to run free very good because the ball is on the way very long, so you have to be really free. In this direction. Okay. Your team is light blue. Light blue. Blue team. 3 against 3. Yes. Okay. Now blue team run free. Long distance pass. Okay. Very nice. And long distance pass. Free. Yes, good interception. Red ball. Run free. Run free. Pass. Move up here. Yeah. Continue. Defense, come on. And run free. Come on. Yeah, that's it. And run free. Red team, come on. Yes. And quick change. And go. Movement here. This is no good defense from number 3. Closer. Go. Run free. Come on. Good. Yeah, it's allowed. Intercept the ball, no problem. And go. Defense. Goalkeeper. Yes. Here, go. Yes. Go. And long distance pass. Very nice demonstration. Competition that helps us in training to develop certain abilities, like long distance passes and so on. How we construct a system with open defense from the beginning. beginners to try to go back through the different steps to defense at the end, 17, 18 years old, 6-0. I tried to show the basic idea, how to attack against that, the 4 basic principles in attack, and against the different defense systems, like 3-2-1, like 6-0. Keep in mind, this is a process, we want to work it out